Yeah, I think the soonest that you can, I guess, let some walls down. I think it's pretty telling if both sides are almost instantly just are like, I'm not gonna share my life stories with you, or not that you need to do all of that right away, but I think it's if you right away start to have like deeper conversations, and it's not just small talk, like, oh, when's your birthday and what's your favorite color, but it's like deeper questions about like, what was one of your favorite childhood memories, and just different things that kind of lead into different conversations. I think if those aren't happening almost right away, not that the relationship won't last, but I think that's a huge part of it. So I guess like a tidbit of advice would be to like maybe try to have those conversations sooner rather than later. And they, of course they can be a little scary, especially if you've had your heart broken multiple times before.
I think it's hard to like have a significant tutorial for like how to do this, but I think once your relationship reaches a hard or tough point, or like a road bump, that's when you find out like, is this person going to stand by me? Because I think one of the things that I understand about marriage is like change is constant, like it's going to happen. So like we're both going to change as individuals. So like, are we able to keep up with each other moving forward? And I think that that's what you have to learn while you're dating, or while you're, before you decide that you're going to marry someone. Like, can we continue to change as individuals and still be together? Can we go through hard things and still have each other's back and be like completely supportive, and even dive deeper into our relationship when it gets hard? Because I think one thing that stands out for me is the show The Real L Word. I remember seeing Casey and Christine. Is it Casey and Christine? But anyway, like they were a married couple that had a miscarriage, and they had been fighting for so long to have a child. And I think I saw them sort of like cope with that loss sort of separately, and they kind of drifted away from each other. And I think that that's like one thing that I've asked her, like, what would you do if this happened, or what would you do if that happened, or how would you deal with this in our relationship, and basically ensured that we're gonna always lean into each other when things get hard, rather than pull away from each other or like try to individually like cope with it. We have to be a team on a lot of those things.
Sometimes need like to just like separate ourselves from the situation and then come back and talk about it. And then there's other times where we can like talk it out right then and there. So I think it just depends on, what it was that upset either of us, or, or if it's like an outside factor that has nothing to do with either of us, but it's upsetting us and it maybe caused us to fight. Whether it be like family or friends or work related.
It's like what we should order for dinner. Yeah, it was like really ridiculous. But I think in those moments, it's really important to like stop and decide, like, am I just reacting, and like am I reacting the way that I want to and just like going at this situation, or am I actually being my genuine self and am I doing what I actually want to be doing in this situation? Because sometimes when there is that heated conflict, we're just like going in full steam ahead into like a way that we don't actually want to be reacting to that situation. And so I think that in that moment of conflict, it's important to like reflect on like your own self-awareness and how you're actually managing that situation, and am I being hurtful to this person? Like, I think sometimes when we are in that state of just reacting, we don't even think about like,
now I'm able to literally tell Katie, you hurt my feelings by this. And sometimes it's after the fact. I'll reflect and I'll let her know, Katie, that actually hurt my feelings, and we'll be able to chat about it. And same thing with me to her. I think it's important that you're not perfect, and I think when you first start dating someone, you try to be like Katie mentioned. You're like, I woke up and brushed my teeth, and she'd wake up and go put makeup on before we actually like saw each other in the mornings. Or you and I not too long ago had like a discussion about like our month anniversaries, and if it means like we should always get each other something, or Valentine's Day, or like those Sweethearts Day that Hallmark made holidays. There never needs to be like a specified day for us to do anything for each other. Like, we literally do little things for each other pretty much every day. It's like just like a random text throughout the day to say, hey, I'm thinking of you, or Just the other day, Katy left me. I came home from work and I hadn't even told her yet, but it's like she knew I was having kind of just a frustrating day, or frustrating moments in the day, and I had come home and she had freshly cleaned sheets on the bed and a card with my name on it. And so it was just something so simple and sweet. And then like randomly I'll surprise her and make dinner, and
like, because usually when we're eating dinner we'll watch a show, and it's like maybe like once a week we can actually sit and just like talk about an idea that we have, or like something that's like happened with our day or whatever. And so like we find other ways, like in both our tangible things that we can show, like actually give to each other, or like meditating together, or something that like is meaningful to us that is more of an experience too. So we try to find ways to invigorate that into our relationship too.
Yeah, I think it's fun, like, that I still get to learn things about her, and I think we always will.